from HLN. Jane's been very vocal about her own past struggles with alcohol and drugs. There's a very new controversial trend gaining popularity among parents who are desperate to find out if their kids are experimenting or in some case addicted to drugs. Some say it goes too far. Take a look. Nearly 50% of high school seniors report that they've experimented with drugs during their teenage years, leaving their parents worried about what their kids aren't telling them. Teens hiding drugs from their parents is nothing new, of course, but it seems every day kids are finding new and creative ways to cover it up. Some suspicious parents are making headlines and going to a new extreme to uncover what their kids are up to when they're not looking.
I'm Ann, and these dogs sniff out drugs. It doesn't take very long to find the drugs. And these dogs can clear a room in less than a minute. We will literally sweep an entire house. If there are drugs hidden, the dog will show signs of that. These dogs are trained on cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, and marijuana. And she can detect things that our human noses cannot. Everything from drugs that are there to residual odor from when they've been removed. We're not police. We only sniff. We only say, here's a hot spot you need to look at. I work with so many families that want to get to the truth, and I want to help them protect their children.
Well, Ann is joining us now, along with her drug-sniffing dog, Zuko, and Janet, Zuko's handler. It's good to have you all here. When parents contact you, I mean, what emotional state are they in?
Oh, they're hysterical. They feel so betrayed. Their children have been in the drug usage, for a while. They're looking to try and do anything possible to get the drugs away from their kids, try to get them clean, keep them from going into jail for stealing to try to supply their drug habits.
Right.
I mean, they're very, very upset.
What are the most common, hiding places? Where do kids normally, because I think parents want to know that.
They're creative.
Right.
I mean, your common places under the mattress, okay, in hollow legs of tables, in the sock drawer. The misconception is that the kids think that, okay, I can stash my marijuana in my sock drawer and I'll take it to school with me, and we can come in there and these dogs will hit on the residual odor.
So even if it's no longer there,
it's still in the fabric, it's still in the wood. That's how sensitive their noses are. So we can not only be instrumental in finding or pointing out where the drugs are, but Mom, this is a hiding spot you need to pay attention to. Here's another one, here's another one.
Right.
Now, do these dogs ever make mistakes? Because that's what I was wondering. If they do make a mistake, you're falsely accusing a child of something very serious.
I can honestly say we've never had them make a mistake. The handler's going to make the mistake before the dog.
Is that right?
Yeah, reading miscues.
So we've set up kind of a model kids room, a very nice kids room, actually. I wish I had this room when I was a kid. And can you give a little demonstration of how Zuko works?
Oh, absolutely. What we've done in here is we did not bring drugs onto your set.
Okay, good.
Okay? We have just some things that have been soaked or kept in with the drugs, so we're hitting on residual odor. Janet is just going to let him start searching, and we'll see what he does.
Okay.
And he's walking around now, just trying to...
and he smells
he's picking up the odor a little bit right now. Now he's got to source it a little bit. He keeps going back to the mattress, so he knows it's there.
If he heads toward me, I am running.
Right? Good.
What does he do when he actually
find it? He's actually going to sit and stare at the source, and what we will do is we will take his BALL out and throw it for him where the odor's coming from.
And what does that do?
It's a reward. That's what they work for. They only work for a ball. They don't care. They don't care about anything other than that.
Now,
there might be so many drugs in this room.
There we go.
So that's a sign.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
So the fact that he sat down, that means he smelled something right there?
Right there. And so at this point, what we would say is we're not allowed to search. We're not allowed to take possession of anything. The dog is legally allowed to sniff the air. So we would say, okay, there's an indication right here.
And then he stopped again.
They have to go.
Right.
What about that?
And right there, there's another one.
And so where is the residual that...
It's in the drawer.
It's in the drawer.
In the socks, in the drawer.
See,
So
if
we
I-
smell inside a drawer, even though the drawer
If
is
I
closed.
can,
Wow.
Wow.
where he will say
There you go.
exactly.
Whoa.
Right.
Well done.
And then he gets his ball.
Oh, wait, he's got another one?
Yeah, he's got the lighter. He's got the highlighter.
Oh, really? So you put stuff on the highlighter? Really?
Highlighter.
Let's take a look. I just want to... So,
Wow.
so what do people do? What do people do on the... People take out the end of the highlighter?
Yeah, see here, it's hot. It's the end, and it's been stuffed with cotton balls in this case, but they would stuff it with marijuana, with anything. You can also do this.
Oh, and put it in the top.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Snort cocaine.
Wow. Good doggy. Wow, you did such a great job.
All right, cool. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll have more when we come back. Coming up next, a woman who hired a drug-sniffing dog to search her home is here, revealing why she says it was the best decision she ever made.
I had a gut feeling. Something kept telling me something wasn't right.
But is it for the parent or is it really for the child?
Plus, the #1 mistake most parents make. Find out what it is.
You have to do everything you can to keep our children clean. We do not want them to wind up dead.
And back to my co-host, Jane Velez Mitchell. So we just saw how easily Anne's drug-sniffing dog, Zuko, can find drugs in a child's room at home. Now, some say that families hiring these dogs to search a kid's room, that it crosses a line, that it goes too far. My next guest, Darlene, though, who hired Anne, says she does not regret it at all. Please welcome Darlene. Also joining us is clinical psychologist, Dr. Jeff Gardner. It's good to have you all here. Thank you very much. So, why did you hire Anne to bring a dog into your home?
I had a family friend, had some problems in the past with drugs, thought he needed a change of environment, came to stay with me.
How old was he?
He's 20.
20, okay. How did that go?
Not so good. I had a gut feeling. Something kept telling me something wasn't right. And I did end up in the hospital, came home, the place was completely trashed. And at that point I called Anne and said, come over here because I don't believe him anymore. I asked him periodically.
You tried to talk to him about
Yeah.
it, and he would deny using drugs?
Absolutely.
So, Jeff, I know you believe this is actually crosses a line, that it goes too far.
I do. We're looking at a lot of extreme parenting here, and I guess maybe it is appropriate for extreme cases, but I think you're going to
Jeff,
completely blow out
addicts-
any issues of trust.
Addicts lie. They lie right to your face. And they are the best liars in the world because it's a life or death issue. They want to hang on to those drugs at all costs.
But they can't lie to you. You know as a parent what your child is doing. It's not just about the child using drugs, but it's about the quality of the relationship that you have with that child, that they're not able to talk to you at all. And we say you've got to be able to open up the communications. Bringing in the dog is not going to do it alone.
Anne and Janet, in the experiences you guys have, I mean, it seems like parents have tried to talk to their kids over and over.
We have parents who, you know, their children have been through rehab after rehab. They've been hospitalized. They've been arrested. They've been in jail. They come out of jail. They're on these programs. Please come in here and make sure my house is clean.
So
I don't want this to happen again.
But is it for the parent or is it really for the child? Because even after you find out that they have some sort of drug paraphernalia in the home or an actual drug, where do you go from there? Again, it is that issue of a relationship with your child.
Well,
every study shows
Anne is
in
saying
the
that
long
it's not
run,
the first step.
It's
but
not. It
every-
should never be the first
but
step.
every study, Jane, shows that once you find out the child is using drugs, what do you do next?
Well,
and the thing you
that's
have
the
to
whole
do
thing. That's
is
why they're
establish a
not
relationship.
usually-
I want to bring in Evelyn over here. Evelyn, you're a parent. Will you stand up? What do you think of this as a mom?
Well, as far as the dogs, I don't agree with that.
Why?
Because I raised 3 kids, and my kids, I had good communication with them since they were young. Yeah, you could say maybe they did do something, but they've always come to me and told me. Right now, I'm trying to raise my granddaughter, and I'm using the same tactics with her as with my
But you've
kids.
never lived with a heroin addict, for example. Heroin will destroy your family and is so highly addictive that those kids lie to you from the get.
I can say this as a recovering alcoholic addict.
Wait, guys, one at a time.
The drug takes you hostage. You're not dealing with your son or daughter. You're
That's
dealing
right.
with a
Child doesn't
zombie.
exist anymore.
Exactly.
So, Jane, what do you do after you know that the person is using drugs? You know they have a psychiatric illness. We know it changes the brain chemistry. They're addicted to it. And so what do you do after you find out that they've had drugs
Well,
in the house?
that's the whole
They'll
issue.
go out and use it someplace else.
You have to look at your resources. You have to do everything you can to keep our children clean. We do not want them to wind up dead.
I'll tell you what,
So-
I love Zuko, but I'm going to save my money and put it towards drug rehab for my child.
Right, but it's not.
rehab
I don't get your position at all, because it's not either or, and it seems like you're talking past each other when you're really saying the same thing.
We're saying
It's
the
not
same thing.
right. It's not the first line of defense.
No,
it's not the
it's
first
not.
thing you do.
It's
It's
another
something you go
tool,
to when
even a
other things have
resource.
failed.
But
Try and let us know what's going on.
even if it is the last line of defense, by that time, you already know that your child is using
That's right.
drugs.
The kid doesn't know you know until the dog goes in and the kid goes, oh crap. Right. I'm
Darlene,
hot.
what happened
Now
once
I know
you
I
found
have to get help.
you found, in fact, that this young man was using drugs?
I confronted him. He still denied it. But at that point, I knew that I wasn't crazy, and I asked him to leave.
Because that's the thing. He was making you feel terrible for doubting him.
For accusing him.
For accusing
Yes.
him.
Right. Is it for the child or is it for the parent?
It's
It
for both.
validates the
It
parent.
is for both.
They're
It
not
is for both.
mutually exclusive, and you have to do it in conjunction with finding out why the child's using. Why is the child an addict? Yes, the whole family has to get involved, but first, you've got to get the truth.
But we got to leave there. I appreciate all of you being on. It's a good conversation to have. Thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come up inside look at one of the best films I've seen all year.
Right
Right.
thing.